Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Davao region remains insurgency-free, says Eastern Mindanao Command. 2 German naval ships in Manila for 4-day visit. Philippine records 18 new Mpox cases. Hiner landfalls in Palanan, Isabela. Good day everyone, as well as our troops at Camp Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. Today is Tuesday, September 17, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. In behalf of Rob Suzon, this is Jhai Simbajon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the Eastern Mindanao Command reported that Davao region remains free from insurgency. According to East Mincom spokesperson Major Salvacion Evangelista, the areas under the command, particularly the Davao region, remain insurgency-free with no new recruitment recorded by the new People's Army. Evangelista added that troops from the 4th Infantry Division continues to conduct community support programs and community-based activities to maintain peace and are still deployed in other areas under the 10th Infantry Division. The East Mincom covers regions 10, 11, 13.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the FGS Baden-Württemberg and FGS Frankfurt am Main German naval ships docked at Pier 15 of the Manila South Harbor for a 4-day visit. Rear Admiral Axel Schulz led the German Navy and was welcomed by Philippine Navy Commodore Emilio Orio and German Ambassador Andreas Pafarnoshka. According to the German ambassador, the visit underlines the German readiness to stand up for the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, an international law, and affirmed its commitment to a stronger security engagement in Indo-Pacific. Meanwhile, the visit of the said ships was the first in over 20 years as part of their Indo-Pacific deployment plan.
DWDD Armed Forces News. Armed Forces Radio.
We have a report coming in about the 8th Field Artillery Battalion. Senior NCOs visit JTF Orion and 11th Infantry Division Commander. Go on for the details, Jay.
Yes, Jai, the 8th Field Artillery Battalion Senior NCOs visited and sought the guidance and wisdom of Major General Leonardo Peña, Philippine Army, Commander of the Joint Task Force, Orion, and 11th Infantry Alakdan Division, Philippine Army. The visit provided an opportunity to the NCOs to engage in a meaningful and effective dialogue with the GTF, Orion, and Alakdan Division Commander. Meanwhile, the 18th FAV's NCOs Empowerment Initiative was a significant step toward developing more effective and capable NCOs. This is Jay Canyo reporting for AP Community News. One AP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jay.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And troops from 53rd Infantry Matapat Battalion led the safe evacuation of families affected by the Dinas Zamboanga del Sur flash flood. This was after the Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office of Dinas reached out to the 53rd IB to report the flash flood in Barangay Binuhatan. A disaster response team from the 53rd IB immediately went to the area to help with the preemptive evacuation of affected residents. Meanwhile, the DRT and MDRRMO successfully evacuated 26 families equivalent to 63 individuals from the most impacted areas of Purok Bangus, Purok Lumati, and Purok Pasayan.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Troops from 2nd Infantry Battalion also recovered a firearm and an anti-personnel mine in Masbate. The said firearm and war material were recovered from an encounter with New People's Army members in Barangay Bangko, Palanas. The NPA immediately retreated northeast after a few minutes of gunfire that started around 8 a.m. Meanwhile, no casualties were reported on the troops' side, while the condition of the rebels is still being verified based on blood stains found at the encounter site.
DWDD Armed Forces News. Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear from Gina about the 91st Infantry Battalion local media conduct tree planting activity. Gina?
Yes, Jhai, troops from the 91st Infantry Sinagtala Battalion, Philippine Army, with the members of the 1/4 Mag Media, conducted a tree planting activity at Ermita Hill, Barangay Sabali, Baler, Aurora. Nara seedlings sponsored by the Forestry School in Aurora State College of Technology were planted at the Arboretum of Ermita Hill. After the said activity, a press conference was held at Ascot with the 91st Infantry Battalion Commanding Officer Lieutenant Colonel Quinto, OFMM President Jason De Assis, Ascot President Dr. Renato G. Reyes, and 307th CDC Director Major Ron Michael Soriao. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Colonel Quinto assured the media and the Ascot community with the unit will continue to support its initiatives and address its concern. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Officers and enlisted personnel from the 9th Field Artillery Firestorm Battalion took part in a blood donation drive at City Mall, Cotabato City. The event was part of the first chartered anniversary of the Timaco Hills Eagles Club and was conducted in collaboration with the Cotabato Regional Medical Center. 9th FAB's dedication to uphold the agreement with the Timaco Hill Eagles Club emphasizes the shared commitment to support each other's civic action activities. This collaboration aims to enhance humanitarian efforts and provide meaningful assistance to the community.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For our national news, Health Secretary Teodoro Herbosa reported that 18 new Mpox cases were recorded throughout the country as of August 18. Of the said number, 5 cases already recovered, while 13 are in home isolation. According to Herbosa, 3 of new cases are in Calabarzon and Metro Manila. Herbosa assured the public that all the 18 cases that they have picked up as of now have not infected anyone and does not have an epidemiology thing.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
From Jimboy, let us hear about the 1st Mechanized Infantry Brigade joins sa Talakudong Fun Run. Jimboy?
The 1st Mechanized Infantry Maasan Brigade joined the conduct of Talagudong Fun Run. The say activity was part of the 24th City Chapter Anniversary and Talagudong Festival celebration with the theme Lanog Sangkudong, Pagtipig Paghilusa, Kadalagan sa Takurong. Officers and enlisted personnel from the say unit participated in the activity that aimed to foster camaraderie and unity along with different sectors of the society. The Maasan Brigade's participation and manifestation of its commitment and continuous effort to maintain a healthy and active lifestyle and a strong relationship with the community members. This is Jimboy reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Jimboy.
DWDD National News.
Tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 has been raised in 24 areas as of Tuesday morning, September 17, as Tropical Depression Hiner moves across Luzon after making landfall in Palanan, Isabela. The Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAGASA, in its 5 a.m. bulletin today, located the center of the tropical depression in Alicia, Isabela. According to PAGASA, Hiner is expected to reach the coastal waters of Ilocos Sur or La Union in the next few hours. Meanwhile, Hiner may also continue to bring heavy to intense rainfall to Cagayan, Isabela, Quirino, Apayao, Kalinga Mountain Province, Ifugao, Ilocos Norte, and Aurora today.
DWDD National News.
And President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday urged the government and the public to take collective action and exert extra effort to eradicate cases of online sexual abuse and exploitation of children. PBBM highlighted the need for the government to strengthen its effort against the sexual exploitation of children online. During his speech in the Iisang Nasyon, Iisang Aksyon, Tapusin ang online sexual abuse for exploitation of children ngayon Summit 2024 in Makati City. With this, the president became emotional while hearing the story of an Osaka victim and the suffering she went through. Under Bagong Pilipinas, Marcos assured that the government will continue to protect children and vowed to go after the responsible behind the cases of Osei.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
Now let us hear a reporter on the ground about 53rd Infantry Battalion participates in Grand Islamic Symposium in Pagadian City. Go for the details, Muffin.
Yes, Jhai. The 53rd Infantry Matapat Battalion participated and attended the Grand Islamic Symposium at Plaza Luz Covered Court in Pagadian City, Zamboanga del Sur. Leaders from the local government and security forces joined the SEDEX symposium that emphasizes its collective commitment to peace, unity, and stronger ties. The symposium sought to strengthen unity and establish an atmosphere of cooperation for all and highlighted the significance of interfaith dialogue in promoting harmony and understanding in the local community. Meanwhile, the main objective of the symposium was to explore Islamic doctrines and address the Muslim community's challenges. This is Mafatizan reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Muffin.
DWDD National News.
And the Department of Social Welfare and Development reported that it has so far provided more than 48.14 million pesos in humanitarian aid to families affected by Tropical Storm Ferdy and Mount Canlaon's increasing unrest. According to DSWD spokesperson Irene Dumlao, the agency gave 37.67 million pesos worth of humanitarian assistance to families affected by Canlaon's ongoing volcanic activities and its eruption in June of this year, and 10.47 million pesos for families hit by 30 days ago. Dumlao added that the 48,149,794 pesos aid provided to the affected individuals includes food and non-food items and cash assistance. The tropical storm affected 98,274 families, or 357,906 in 764 barangays in regions Mimaropa, 5 Western Visayas, Central Visayas, 9, 10, 12, and Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Mustang.
DWDD National News.
And the Philippine Coast Guard is investigating a Philippine-flagged dredging vessel with undocumented Chinese crew members. According to the PCG, in an incident report yesterday, MV Sangko Uno, a hopper dredger ship, was anchored at Navotas Port on Sunday when they received a report alleging that 6 of the ship's crew were undocumented Chinese. With this, the PCG response team confirmed that there were 5 Chinese nationals and 1 Filipino-Chinese national aboard the ship. The PCG has coordinated with the Bureau of Immigration to assist in verifying the legal status of the ship's crew.
DWDD National News. DWDD Armed Forces News.
For other updates, let us hear the details about new People's Army leader from Mindanao neutralized in Northern Luzon encounter. Go ahead, Mel.
Yes, Jhai, the 5th Infantry Division Philippine Army announced the neutralization of Edgar M. Arbitrario, alias Carl, the Secretary of the Comiteng Rehiyon Cagayan Valley, on September 11, 2024, when government forces engaged Arbitrario and his group in a fierce encounter in Barangay Baliwag, Piñablanca, Cagayan. The terrorist leader was wounded during the firefight and subsequently succumbed to his injuries. His remains were recovered on September 13, 2024. Arbitrario was a known communist terrorist leader with a long history of violence and terrorism patriotism in the region and a native of Arcastillo, St. Belisario Village, Davao City, was a former civil engineering student who dropped out to join the communist movement in 1990s. He was involved in numerous terrorist activities in Compostela Valley and Davao del Norte. In February 2016, he was arrested for murder and double attempted murder. Two communist terrorist groups were also neutralized and were identified as alias Nieves, a student of Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Santa Mesa, Manila, and alias Jhai, a resident of Barangay Biral, Rizal, Cagayan. Major General Gulliver L. Señeras, Philippine Army Commander of 5th Infantry Division, said that the abandonment of the NPA's leader to his comrade clearly shows that their principle have wavered. This is further proof that the NPA is on the verge of collapse. In a recent address, Commander Northern Luzon Command Lieutenant General Fernil G. Buca, Philippine Air Force, said that the NOLCOM forces will continue to pursue the remnants of this communist terrorist group to prevent them from pursuing their hostile plans and threatening the populace in the northern Luzon. Lieutenant General Buca also praised the unit involved for their selfless service and unwavering commitment to their duties. He commended each member of the 502nd Infantry Brigade of the 5th Infantry Division Philippine Army for their dedication and relentless efforts, which is instrumental in achieving the mission to create a peaceful northern Luzon, fostering an environment ripe for productivity and development. This is Mel Jonesh reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Meljoy.
DWDD National News.
The Commission on Elections of COMELEC announced that it has processed more than 500,000 applicants for voter reactivation. According to its latest data, COMELEC has received 556,231 applications for reactivation from February 12 to September 11. The poll body said that the number of reactivation applicants is only 10% of the number of deactivated voter registration records. The voter registration period for the 2025 midterm polls runs until September 30th.
DWDD National News.
And the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, or PDEA, is determined to start its own narcotics detection dog breeding program, or NDDBP. The said program will enable the agency to breed and train its own canine units. According to PDEA Director General Moro Virgilio Lazo, they proposed 8.790 billion pesos to fund the program next year, and added that the dogs, which were trained for 6 months and procured from service providers, cost around 300,000 pesos each. Out of the 156 narcotic detection dogs spread nationwide, PDEA has deployed 16 within the National Capital Region, particularly at airport terminals, Port of Manila, and the Manila International Container Port.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And let us hear more updates from Sena about friends rescued receive e-clip benefits in Legazpi City. PSWDO conducts livelihood orientation seminar. Sena?
Yes, Jhai, the 9th Civil Military Operations Battalion, in collaboration with the Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office, successfully conducted a livelihood orientation seminar for the United Hearts for Responsible Living on September 13, 2024. A key moment was awarding of 20,000 to 4 friends rescued by the 49th Infantry Battalion and 10,000 to 17 FRs supporting their livelihood projects and well-being. This seminar is part of ongoing efforts to provide sustainable livelihood opportunities for former rebels, facilitating their reintegration into society and supporting their journey toward productive and peaceful lives. The participants were equipped with valuable knowledge and skills to help them establish sustainable sources of income and lead responsible, self-reliant lives. The Kaagapay Battalion, together with PSWD Bicol, remains committed to supporting former rebels in their transition to peaceful, productive lives as part of their broader efforts to promote lasting peace and development in the region. This is Sena from Sulcom reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Sena. More updates from Beth about Alpha Company of the 71st Infantry Battalion undergo quality evaluation. Beth?
The Alpha Company of the 71st Infantry Battalion underwent an evaluation by Quality Assurance Evaluation Committee held at its headquarters in Barangay Maniniog, Mayantok, Tarlac. The said activity in the line with the company's conduct of swift training, Among the event evaluated were the troops leading procedure, battle drills, TC3, map reading assemble and disassemble, and sign and signal communication. Meanwhile, the training aims to ensure the readiness and competency of the troops in performing its duties and responsibilities. This is a Beth Taneta reporting for the AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Beth Tanyet.
DWDD National News.
More than 140 residents from Malabon City became certified tenants of the lands where homes were located and built. The City Housing and Urban Developing Department awarded their certificates of eligibility for lot allocation to 147 Malabueño at the penthouse of the Malabon City Hall. According to CHUDD Head and City Administrator Dr. Alexander Rosete, the CELA distribution is part of the city's programang Palupa para sa mga walang lupa, which aims to grant Malabueños the land where their houses were built. The beneficiaries were members of the Santo Niño Tenant Neighbor Association, Sangsiangco Sports Complex Neighbor Association, Gulayan Pilapil Association, and Katbon Pilapil.
DWDD National News.
And the House of Representatives tapped the Philippine National Police in arresting former presidential spokesperson Jhai Roque. The PNP spokesperson Colonel Jean Fajardo in a press briefing said that Camp Crame that all law enforcers who have received a copy of the contempt order, they can arrest Attorney Roque if they see him. According to Fajardo, the PNP has been directed to assist the House Sergeant at Arms and its Criminal Investigation Detection Group has proceeded to Roque's two known addresses in Metro Manila, but he was not there. Roque has been considered a fugitive after being cited in contempt by the HOR.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And let us hear from Ella Mercado about PRO 4A NAB 67 in anti-criminality campaign in Calabarzon. Ella?
Police Regional Office 4A arrested a total of 67 individuals after being launched their anti-criminality campaign against most wanted person in some provinces covered by the region. 22 of them were considered to be in a regional level category, 14 of them were considered to be in a provincial level, 19 in a city level, while the 12 individuals in a municipal level. Calabarzon PNP Regional Director Police Brigadier General Paul Kenneth Lucas said in the release information that the campaign against most wanted person by authorities across the region in line to Chief PNP's mantra sa bagong Pilipinas, gusto ng pulis, ligtas ka. Lucas expresses encouragement to all their constituents to continue supporting their peace programs for their own welfare and safety. RD Lucas also ordered his men to continue the police operation against lawless elements to maintain peace and order in their respective provinces. This is Ella Mercado reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ella Mercado. More updates from Terence about barbers to defiant fugitive from Justice Roque. You can run, but you cannot hide. Go ahead, Terence.
Defiant fugitive from justice former presidential spokesman Jhai Roque appears to be acting weird and strange by mocking the lower house's quad committee instead of justifying the sudden but unexpected increase in his wealth from 125,000 pesos in 2016 to 125 million pesos in 2018, which were believed to have possibly come from Pogo operations. Cited in contempt twice and issued an arrest order by the Quadcom, Roque had stated in a recent social media post, that once he is arrested, he would challenge the latter's decision by filing a petition for habeas corpus and certiorari before the Supreme Court. Surigao del Norte Representative Robert Ace Barbers, designated lead chair of Quadcom and chair of the House Committee on Dangerous Drugs, said that while Mr. Roque is free to seek and avail of all legal remedies available to him, he needs to get arrested first before he can file those petitions before the High Court. Designated lead chair Barber said that as far as Mr. Roque is concerned, he is considered a fugitive from justice by defying the Quadcom's order to place him under detention. Barbers added that Quadcom welcomes whatever legal challenge he may opt to against it, but he needs to get arrested first before he can file those petitions before the Supreme Court. This is Terence Mordeno Grana reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Terence.
DWDD National News.
For our last news, House Speaker Martin Romualdez and Tingo Party List have facilitated the request for the immediate release of 20 million pesos in cash aid for families affected by the fire that hit Barangay 105 Aroma, Tondo, Manila on Saturday. Of the said aid, each family will receive 10,000 pesos from the Department of Social Welfare and Development's Ayuda sa Kapus ang Kita program. Romualdez also said that they have mobilized its calamity funds to ensure that these families have access to food and other essential items. 2,000 families were affected by this incident.
DWDD National News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time, same station. Again, this is Jhai for AFP Community News, One AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisan